I'm Chelsea, and this is Better Balance for Seniors. First, I'm going to put on my ankle weights. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to warm up our abdomen, get that core moving. So I want you to place one hand over your abdomen. You can have your other hand resting on a chair. Make sure you have something next to you that you can hold on to should you need it. For this first exercise, you won't need it. So I'm going to put both of my hands over my abdomen, and we're going to do some forceful exhales. So you're going to inhale just as you normally would. And as you forcefully push the air out, you're going to feel your abdomen tighten and contract. So it's going to look like this. Did you feel that? We're going to do 10 rounds of forceful exhales to just get that core activated, and so you can feel the sensation of what it's like to contract those muscles. Here we go. Just two more. Last one. Okay, hopefully you felt that in your abdomen. Now I want you to put your hands on your hips, slight bend in the knees, and I just want you to rotate the hips in some big circles here, warming up those hips. I'm going to do 5 circles to the right and 5 circles to the left. One more, and switch directions. Go nice and slow and explore what feels good in your body. We're all a little bit different, so I want to make sure whatever you're doing, it shouldn't hurt, it should feel good. All right, come back to center. You can keep your hands on your hips or relax them down by your side, or hold on to that chair if you need it. We're going to warm up the legs now with some nice slow marching. We're going to go for about 1 minute. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. I'm trying to bring my knees up nice and high. If you can get them to be about the height of your hips, that's really good. And you can start to feel the added bit of resistance from the ankle weights. Try to keep that nice, long, strong posture. Good. The slower you go, the harder it is to balance. And if you think about it, when you walk, even just normally, you have to balance on one leg for a split second there. So it's good to practice shifting your weight, balancing on one leg and then the other. All right, come back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to start working those quadriceps. You might want to hold on for this one because we are going to be challenging your balance at the same time. After all, this is a course to improve your balance and prevent falls. So I'm going to put one hand on my hip. You can have one hand on the chair, or if you're feeling really confident, make sure you're standing somewhere safe. You can have both hands on your hips. We're going to lift one knee up to about hip height, and then you're just going to straighten the knee and bend the knee 10 times. This is a really challenging balance exercise, so I think most people are going to want to hold on with one hand. We're going to do 10 on each side. And same thing, try to maintain a nice, long, strong posture. I want to see a proud chest, not caving at all. And you should start to feel this in your quadricep muscle and your hip flexor. We have one more. And then you can lower that leg down. Shake it out a little. We're gonna go to the other side. Feel free to hold on if you need. Safety is paramount importance here. Lift that knee to about as high as your hip. Straighten the knee and bend the knee. So the height of the knee isn't really changing. And I'm just gonna go nice and slow. You might be a little bit wobbly here. That's okay. You can always hold on. You're still gonna feel all of the great benefits. We got 3 more. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And last one, straighten and bend. Lower it all the way down. Shake it out. Now we're gonna warm up our ankles a little bit. For this one, you're gonna have to balance, so you might wanna hold on. But I'm just gonna point my toes out in front of me. I'm gonna tap just the toes, then just the heel. Just the toes, just the heel. Just like that, back and forth, stretching and strengthening your ankle. We're gonna do 10 times on each side. Point and flex, and point and flex. 2 more, point and flex. Last one, and point and flex. Bring that foot back. Point your other toes forward and point and flex. Here we go, 10 times and flex. Here's point and flex and point and flex. Waking up those ankles. We rely so much on our ankles for balance and stability, and they don't get nearly enough attention. So this is a really good exercise. Just 2 more. Point and flex, and point and flex. And bring that leg back. Shake it out. Now we're gonna turn the chair. You can leave your chair there if it's in a good spot. I'm gonna turn my chair to face you. And we're gonna do my favorite strengthening exercise that's also gonna help with balance, and that is sit to stands. Now, since we are adding resistance today, I'm going to choose to use my weights. You do not have to use any weights for this exercise. It's plenty challenging without them. But if you have them and you want an added challenge and you feel like you're ready for more, go ahead and let's grab some weights. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold them together right at my chest. I'm gonna separate my feet so they're a little bit wider than my hips. I'm gonna pull my heels back so they're underneath me. I'm sitting towards the edge of my chair. I'm keeping my chest up, nice and proud. And then as I'm ready, I'm gonna stand up and sit down 10 times, standing up all the way, no cheating. And make sure you know exactly where that chair is behind you before you try sitting down. I don't want anyone sitting on the floor on accident, okay? Here we go, lean forward, stand up, 1, and go slow on the way down. Make sure you know exactly where that chair is. Good job, here we go. Stand up tall, 2, lower slow. The slower you go, the harder it's gonna be, the more you're gonna strengthen. Stand up, here's 3, and slowly lower it down. This is such a great exercise. If you could just incorporate this into your day. Every time you stand up an extra time. You know, the more times you can stand up and sit down, the better. That's 5. We're halfway there. Here's 6. I'm adding a little glute squeeze at the top. So we're gonna lean forward, stand up, squeeze the glutes. That's gonna help you bring those hips forward and then lower down slowly. That was 7. Lean forward, stand up. Here's 8. Glute squeeze at the top. Lower down even slower. 2 more. Stand up tall. Here's 9. lower down, nice and slow. One more time. We're almost there. You got this. Here's 10. You should feel this in your glutes and your quadriceps. All right, you can put your weights down to the side for now. And I'm going to get my resistance band. All right, if you have a resistance band, now is a good time to put it on since we're sitting down. So I'm gonna just put it over one leg and then put it a few inches above the knees. Okay. Now we're gonna stand up and I'm gonna turn my chair again so it's easier for me to hold on to. Okay, now we're gonna work the outer hips and outer thighs. We wanna keep this area nice and strong because it'll help you to have a strong stance and base of support. What happens when these muscles get weak is you'll notice you'll start to walk in a more narrow stance and your feet might rub against one another as you're walking, and that's not good. We wanna have our feet comfortably about as wide as our hips or so when we're moving, and that will help us to improve balance. So let's work on strengthening this area. We're gonna hold on to the chair with one hand. Other hand can go on your hip or down by your side, whatever feels most comfortable. And I just want you to slowly lift your leg out to the side. Now we're gonna hold for about 3 seconds and then slowly lower down. When you go slow, and I'm not even touching the ground because I want you to also work on balancing while you're doing this. When you go slow, you engage the muscles a lot more than when you go fast. And it also helps you with good control of your movements, and it challenges your balance as well. Now, if you need to pause in between and you can't hold it for 3 seconds, that's okay. That's something to work towards. But we're gonna keep going. You got this. I want you to feel those muscles really burn. You are halfway through. Lift and hold. Here's 6 and lower. Lift and hold 7. Remember, stand up nice and straight and lower. Lift and hold, that's 8. My legs are starting to feel this. Lift and hold, that's 9. We have a double whammy here because, well, I do. I have ankle weights and the resistance band. You can choose one or the other, or you can do what I'm doing and try it with both. All right, bring it back. All right, shake it out. I know you felt that one. You can rub your muscles a little if you need. And we're gonna switch and do the other side. You can leave your chair where it is and just turn around, or turn your body. I'm gonna move the chair so that I can face you. So we're gonna put that right there. I'm gonna put this hand on the chair, the other one on my hip, and nice and slow, here we go. Lift, hold for 3 seconds, and lower with control. Again, I'm not even touching the ground. If you need to tap the ground in between, you are welcome to do so, but I'm gonna give you all the opportunities possible to challenge your balance even further since you've made it this far through the program. We gotta keep challenging you in order to keep showing improvements. Here's 4, lift and hold. Now, if you notice, I have a slight bend in my standing leg, and that helps me ensure that I'm not locking out my knee and I'm engaging my quadricep muscle. So that's a good thing if you just have a slight bend in that knee. Here's 4. Here's 5. I know you're starting to feel this. You got this. Go slow. Keep that control. We're almost there. Here's 6. Good. 7, hold for 3 seconds. Here's 8. Just 2 more. 9. Gotta love that burn. Last one. And 10. Hold. And lower. Well done. So you should really feel that on your outer thighs and outer hip region. Now I want you to turn and face your chair. You can put both hands on it if you want. You can do one hand, or if you really want to challenge your balance, you can try with just hovering your hands. We are going to do standing donkey kicks. So this is supposed to really work your glute muscle. So you're going to bend your knee to about 90 degrees or so. And really slowly, you're going to kick the leg back, okay? Again, slight bend in the other knee. We don't want to lock that out. Here's 2. And again, we're going nice and slow and controlled. Here's 3. This is feeling good. Here's 4. This is really challenging balance and strength, I know. Here's 5. Beautiful. Halfway through. 6. Try to really straighten that knee back. 7. Nice and slow. Here's 8. 9. And 10. All right, very good. Go ahead, and if you want to stretch your hips a little side to side, that might feel good. And we have 2 sides for a reason. So hold on to the chair should you wish, and bend your other knee to a 90-degree angle. Slight bend in the standing leg, and we're gonna do donkey kicks. So kicking back, hold, and then go nice and slow. Kick back, straighten that leg, and then slowly come forward. 3, and forward. Here's 4. Good pace, keep that nice posture. 5, if you want to try hovering your hands for an added balance challenge, just be real careful. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. All right, shake those legs out. You want to stretch your hips a little side to side. Explore your body and figure out what feels good and do more of that. All right, now I'm going to have you bend your knees, grab a hold of your resistance band if you have one, and we're going to lower it down to just above the ankle weights. Right there. Now I want you to separate your feet nice and wide. They should be wider than your hips. And we are going to do calf raises, okay? So with the resistance from the resistance band and the added bit of weight from the ankle weights, you can place one hand on the chair or relax your arms down for added balance challenge. We are going to go nice and slow, and that's what makes this a balance challenge. You're going to have to lift your heels, squeeze your calf muscles, and then lower down. And if you can go, the slower you go, the better. Here's 2, really pushing against the band. There's going to be a little bit of wobbling. That's okay. Just make sure you're taking all the necessary safety precautions here. This is 3. Now, you might notice this or do it automatically, but I want you to notice if you're squeezing your glutes. I'm squeezing mine, and it's just a natural thing that I've learned to do to help with my stability. So I want you to get in the habit of squeezing your core, tightening those glutes, and then you'll notice you'll be able to hold perhaps a little bit longer. Here's number 5. We're just going slow. You can go at whatever pace you feel comfortable going. Make sure you're really lifting those heels to activate those calf muscles. This is 6. And lower. Try to go a little higher. Here's 7. Push, push, push. Beautiful. Here's 8. Just 2 more. You can do it. Hold on if you need. Here's 9. And 10. Now can you hold it up at the top for 10 seconds? And you can pulse up and down if you want for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Lower those heels. Shimmy your feet back together. You can leave the band where it is for now. If you have a squishy ball and it's nearby, I don't want you to have to walk far because you still have your legs tied together by the band. So if you have a squishy ball close by, I want you to grab it. We are going to place it right between our knees, just a couple inches above the knees, okay? And we're going to work our core by squeezing our inner thighs. As you do this, I want you to engage your pelvic floor, squeeze your glutes, and keep a nice bend in the knees. If you want an added challenge to work your calves and challenge your balance, you can hover your heels off the ground the entire time. Okay, so I'll show you. I'm just gonna hover my heels, not super, super high. And then from here, I'm still in a mini squat position, but I'm gonna leave my heels lifted exactly where they are. I'm gonna hold on. And then I'm just gonna squeeze my knees in towards one another, squeeze the pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes, and then relax. And then squeeze the knees, hold, and relax. I'm gonna keep my heels lifted, but you can put yours down at any time. Do what feels right to you. You're in charge of knowing what the right amount of challenge is. This is 4, and we are squeezing for about 3 to 5 seconds. Relax and squeeze. That's 5. Little bits of shaking are good. Relax and squeeze. Here's 6. You're doing great. Here's 7. Here is 8. Here is 9. I'm gonna hold a little bit longer. And the last one, let's hold for 10 seconds, squeezing as hard as you can. Squeeze those knees together, squeeze the glutes. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heels, straighten the legs. Take that ball, and this time hold it in between your palms. Slight bend in the knees. We are gonna engage the core by squeezing the core really tight as we squeeze the ball with our arms, okay? So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna exhale, squeeze, 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 and then relax. So focus on your abdomen, contracting as you squeeze the ball. 2, good. Contract. 3. Feel that area tighten. 4, toning and tightening. Here's 5. If you don't have a squishy ball, you can always do this with a pillow, or you can simply just contract and forget about the ball altogether. Here's 7. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Squeeze. Here's 8. Tighten those glutes, tighten that abdomen, and relax. Just 2 more. Here's 9. Squeeze, 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 and relax. And 10. Squeeze as tight as you can. Tighten the abdomen, tighten the glutes. Push, push, push the ball, and relax. You can put the ball down. Make sure you place it somewhere where you're not going to trip on it later. I'm just gonna put mine down here. Now hold on to the chair, bring your feet together. See if you can step one foot out of the band and then step the other foot. You can always sit down if you don't feel safe doing that. And I'm going to pick up my hand weights, okay? So if you have some close by, you can use them. You don't need them. We're gonna do some oblique crunches. So I'm gonna have a slight bend in my knees, and I'm just gonna lean my shoulders to one side and then pull up, and then lean my shoulders to the other side and pull up. So I'm keeping my entire body in one plane of motion. I'm not twisting at all. I'm just leaning to the side, and you want to feel it in your obliques on the sides of your abdomen. Here's 5. We're going to do 20, so 10 to each side. 6 and up. Here's 7 and lift. 8 and lift. 9 and lift. 10 and lift. 11 and lift. 12 and lift. 13 and lift. 14, lift up. 15, lift up. 16, here's 17, 18, 19, one more, and 20. Nice job. All right, you can go ahead and put your weights down. And for our last exercise, we are going to do half circles with the legs. So hold on to your chair with one hand, hand on the hip with the other, or you can do both hands on the hips for a balance challenge. You're going to have all your weight in one leg. The other leg, you're going to point your toes. You're going to bring it around in a half circle and all the way forward, just hovering over the ground, just kind of sliding, but no weight in it. So that's 2. Here is 3. Go nice and slow and controlled. 4. Stand up nice and tall. 5. 6. You got this. 7. Good. 8. 9. And 10. All the way forward. Bring that foot back. Now we have the other side. Make sure you have enough space and that there's something to hold on to if you need it. Point the toes, slight bend in your standing leg. All your weight is in one leg, so you might need to hold on to something. Go all the way around and forward. Here's 1, 2, 3. We're almost finished. Stay strong. 4. Feel those muscles working here. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Bring that foot back, shake your legs out, stretch your hips a little side to side. Turn and face your chair, place both hands and walk your feet back, and then lower your chest, stretch into a 90-degree angle at the hips. Sway your hips side to side. Maybe bend one knee and then bend the other knee. If it's accessible to you, you can let go of the chair and try to touch your toes, bend the knees, roll up, nice and slow. Roll the shoulders back a few times, stand up nice and tall, and go about the rest of your day feeling strong. Be mindful of your posture and how you're moving, and know that every day you do these exercises, your muscles are gonna get even stronger. It's so good for you, and you're so great for being here. Thank you for working out with me, and I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.